the most unusual houses in the world. And I'm in the market to buy one of them. That's right. That's right.
Hey, we're gonna take a look at the
Oh,
most
that's
bizarre
loud. Is this the Teletubbies mansion, bro?
glass house. The brainchild of architect Philip Johnson, completely visible to those looking from the outside.
Okay, but that asks, why would you want to live here? This looks awful. And yeah, I feel like you probably still gotta jerk off if you live in this house, and you just hope that no one comes
In
by.
1949,
You
it
just hope.
still is considered to be very strange and striking.
Is it on like a golf course? Like what am
Number 14, the Modscape Cliff House.
Oh my god, dude. Could you live here? Bro, you have a smart little Fiat next to that? This does not look real. Can I say that? This looks like a rendering. There's no way this is
Edge of
real.
a cliff. It's secured with the help of a series of steel
This picture is like 14 pixels. There's no way this is real.
pins. Its wraparound glass walls gives incredible views of the ocean below.
There
it.
is no way this
Interior
is a real
just as
thing.
stunning, as the top floor contains a garage, and as you go down the structure, you can enjoy a luxurious
How do you go down the structure? It doesn't even say anywhere. I'm trying to like figure out where you would go down. This doesn't make any sense.
set of rooms that include a living room, dining room, multiple
watched?
bedrooms,
Yeah, I wouldn't like that
and
either,
perhaps
Molly.
coolest of all, a spa
I would definitely tweak if I had that glass house that like there's some evil predator that's watching me like a crazy like murderer. It's probably one of my chatters, but
and barbecue on the
Dude, I
bottom
know-
floor.
this is not real, by the
Opens
way.
up to an incredible balcony.
that car is 100,000,000% photoshopped in the image. Like that is 100,000,000%. That is not, that is, you can see like the white trim around it because from the PNG, I feel like. That's not real. That is not
Number
real.
13,
What's
the
up, Plasma?
Kellogg Mansion. Some homes are all but unsellable, and this certainly was the case with the Kellogg Mansion. It was built in 1925.
Do you guys know the story of why Kellogg's was invented? I'm gonna tell you the story as I remember it. That could be so wrong. The history of Kellogg. They made this granola and this cereal because it was supposed to be so bad tasting that it was a punishment if you ever were thinking about, if you ever were thinking about doing that. If you ever were thinking about, rubbing it through the jeans. You were supposed to go and eat the cereal because it was supposed to be so bad. I'm saying it out loud. I'm feeling like maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's how cereal was invented.
5-bedroom and 6.5 bathroom home looks pretty normal from the outside. But by all accounts, the
Photoshop is not
interior
obsolete because of AI, bro. AI cannot make my thumbnails, man. They just couldn't.
absolutely hideous. A mishmash of styles,
Facebook
including
post?
Baroque, Rococo, and
Bro,
Art Deco.
I swear I'm right. I'm gonna Google it. Why was Kellogg's cereal invented? Invented it. Patience was designed to combat widespread
Susan
indigestion.
stopping a video every 5 seconds. Name a better duo.
But see, on Reddit, for the actual source, John Harvey Kellogg, who created the cereal in the late 19th century, originally intended for it to be a ready-to-eat, anti-masturbatory morning meal. I don't understand. I've never had a breakfast cereal that's so good I've just had to jerk off. I don't think that's... What is this? I think I'm right. This is the source that says I'm right. This is the source that says that I'm right. What's up, gangy? Where was I?
The Technicolor house is simply tasteless, and it was because of this that it was on the market for a grand
Wait, Tampa Bay? This is my hometown? Can I buy Tampa Bay Times? This is literally where I live. What the fuck?
total of 8 years before a buyer purchased it
So
for
good you
$4 million.
jerk off.
And while this may seem a bit steep, the buyer only bought it for the value of the land, and since then the entire mansion has been destroyed with a wrecking ball.
Whoa.
Number 12.
That's so
Falling
fucked
Water.
up.
As the name suggests, Falling Water is a home that features a lot of, well, falling water. Created by American architect Frank Lloyd
that's
Wright for the
so
Kaufman family.
sick.
It's located in the mountains of southwestern Pennsylvania, and
Bro, that and a blunt.
it stands apart for having
Can
been
you
built
tell
on
I-
top
can
of
you
a
tell I
waterfall.
don't smoke,
It
Chad?
creates an effect where it looks like the house is actually releasing the waterfall, and it's so beautiful
Dude,
that it was
that
deemed
is
to be the
so
best
sick.
all-time work of American architecture by the American Institute of Architects, and it's
Zeus Loki hangs around Chuck E. Cheese parking lot, smokes cigs, and reminisces on being a kid. I don't do that. A video on this house?
a UNESCO World Heritage
I would
Site.
love to live in this house. That's beautiful.
Number 11, the Upside Down House. The Upside Down House
What you doing if you get a match on Hinge and then she sends you her address and this you live in the upside down house?
is, as the name suggests, a home that's completely flipped on its head. While built more as an artistic statement than as a place you could actually live in, the home,
What?
which is located in the seaside resort
Huh?
of Hasenheide in Germany, is entirely flipped upside down. What's even crazier is that it's not just the exterior, but
We
also the
fucking upside
interior
down. We
that's
fucking on the
lit with
ceiling.
Sofas, kitchen appliances, potted plants, and paintings all hanging above your head as you walk through, making this home one of the trippiest on this list.
They have this in like every city, I feel like. The big upside down house. I don't even know. I feel like I've seen this a million times.
Number 10, the Hobbit
Yeah,
House.
I'm the big upside down house on that street. So go look for it. Go down the street, take a left. Look for that big ass upside down house. That's where you'll find
While
me.
the Hobbit homes used in the Lord of the
My
Rings
girlfriend
movies
would
may be on
love this
display in New
house.
Zealand, a man in far-off Wales took inspiration from them to build his very own fully lived-in
I mean, it's
Hobbit house,
cool.
built by Simon Dale
rather live
alongside
in a
his
normal house.
father-in-law. The home was built
Not gonna
using
lie.
just a chisel, chainsaw, hammer, and about 3,000 pounds worth of materials.
I feel like it would be a disservice to live in this house and not do crystal meth. Like I feel like you got to be that crazy guy that's doing meth and lives in this house. Does your girlfriend have large hairy feet? No, she just happens to like it for the culture. She just happens to love Hobbit houses for the culture. But no, I feel like you gotta do meth. That's all I have. I just feel like stay away from old man Jenkins. He lives in the Hobbit house in the street. He's always on meth. Maybe LSD.
Despite
Well, I'm not
having
saying
any
you can only do
experience as a
one
carpenter
meth.
or contractor, the pair
Do
were
the
hard
LSD
set on
too.
building a home that blended into nature around it. And to do so, they made a structure that was as eco-friendly as possible. By scrounging up recycled materials and building it into the hillside, the two kept costs low. And after working away at it for 4 months, the end result was
4
incredible.
months for
Separated
this?
into 2 floors, the ground level has a cozy living room.
Bro, I spent like a week building my desk. When I moved into this apartment, I had to build so much stuff, bro. It took me a week or two to build like 3 things. Fuck that, man. I'm actually in New Mexico today, and there's some houses that are built into the ground or a hill. I feel like that's kind of cool, but also like, is that like sustainable? Or is that, I feel like that it just seems cool, but also seems like there's no way that will work long term. I don't know why.
Kitchen and children's room
I just feel like
heated
that
with
feels
a wood-burning
wrong.
stove, while the second floor is a master bedroom. Although the house features a natural aesthetic, it also has all the trappings of modern living, with this including solar panels for electricity, a
this
fridge
is
cooled
sick.
by underground air, and clean
Although I
water
wonder
from
how
a
the
nearby
Ethernet
stream.
would be.
Simon Dale hopes that his home will be an example for others who want to live a simple, eco-friendly lifestyle. And for the sake of the planet, I hope that some of his ideas
Minecraft
catch
housing,
on.
but it's day 1 in the new world.
Number 9, the Guangzhou Nail House. For years, China's been on a massive development campaign. This has led to the creation of vast networks of roads, hospitals, and
You know what's funny too? All these apartment buildings are probably empty. Like, China was just like, we never gonna stop growing. Build 400 million apartment complex buildings. And then they're like, oh, they're empty. Now they all full. These are, dude, I'm not, maybe these specific buildings are, but dude, China built so many like apartments and stuff that like they actually could not fill them. Like there just weren't even enough people. Every time we see a house, let's think of a drug, the perfect for it. For this place, I feel like it's like fentanyl. The birthplace of fentanyl. In the heart of Shanghai. Benadryl? Okay, this does look like a Benadryl. I think you're actually right. The vibe from this is very Benadryl. Very Hatman, very ethereal, backroomsy. Like, I get that actually. It's like in the middle of nowhere. That's what I'm saying, bro. They built these apartment complexes in the middle of fucking nowhere and just like, yeah, guys, go live there. Like, that's not how it works.
shopping
That's not how it
malls, and this has necessitated a central government to buy up large areas of land. While the government usually acquires it via eminent domain, that is to say, they're allowed to legally force people to sell their land to them, from time to time, homeowners will refuse to accept the Chinese government's offers and simply stay put inside their homes.
That's so
This
scary
has
in
led to
China
the
because I feel like they
creation of
just kill you.
so-called nail houses. The term nail house is a bit derogatory.
Okay, bro, like imagine living in one of these apartment complexes. Look at this fucking highway, dude. I don't even see a place where a grocery store could be at. You know what I mean? Like it looks like it looks like America almost, where you just know you have to drive 35 minutes to go do something. It's like City Skylines. It does. This does look like the intro area to City Skylines. Holy
in China,
shit,
and it's
W.
used because the
Molly,
homes they
that's a fire
describe stubbornly
reference.
stick out like a nail in an
so
otherwise
true.
completely changed area.
I love
There
that.
are several that exist throughout the country. However, the Guangzhou Nail House may just be the most famous of them all. You see, the homeowner, who has only been identified as Miss Liang, was told to sell her home to the government. However, despite increasing offers, she refused to sell, with this apparently being because the replacement home was in a bad location. After 10 years, the government
bro.
went so far as to offer her 2 homes, but Miss Liang demanded 4. At this point, negotiations reached a deadlock.
For this, bro? You weren't gonna give this up, bro?
It was then that the government and real estate developer simply decided to build a highway bridge around Mrs. Leong's 430.
Oh, then there's flowers all around it, bro. That's so sad, though, low key. This is like how I feel watching that monkey Punch who gets bullied by the bigger monkeys.
Square foot home. The end result has been a home that receives almost no light, a lot of noise, and air pollution. And while it may seem like a horrendous place to live, Miss Leong said that, quote, "You think this environment is poor, but I feel it's quiet, liberating, pleasant, and comfortable," end quote. So, as long as she's happy
coping
and
so
the highway
hard.
can function, I suppose this strange and somewhat dangerous arrangement
This was the plot
works.
Up. That's actually so
Number
true.
8, the Carrot House.
Don't bring up Punch, I'm gonna cry. Bro, Punch is like my child, man. I was just in Japan, too. I could have saved him.
If you've got claustrophobia, then I'd suggest staying far away from the Carrot House. As the Guinness World Record holder for being the world's slimmest house, it's pretty cramped. After
not a
all, not only
house.
is it just
Bro, that is not a house, man. That's a shed out back. That is not
150
a
square
house.
feet, but it measures in at a mere 152 centimeters.
That is not a house. This is like what housing's gonna be like in America in 20 years, bro. They're like, whoa, this shit's massive. You're telling me it's only $3.7 million, 10% APR? Holy shit, yes, dude. Oh, yes. I'll have this one, actually. When can I move in? 2 floors with a ladder? Punch made friends with a monkey today? That's good. I saw yesterday he was making friends, then he got his face put in the fucking dirt by a bigger monkey. If this was in America, this would not stand. We would shoot that monkey. We would shoot that bully.
At its widest point and just
10K
92
Manhattan's also
centimeters
real,
at its
too.
thinnest. Now, the Carrot House is located in Poland's capital city of Warsaw, and it was designed and completed in 2012 by Polish architect Jakub Szczesny.
Okay, I say all this shit, but if it was $100 a month, I'd do it. Like, if this was like $400 a month, because at the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna be so honest, all I do is sit on my computer all day. If this was so cheap, we've shot a monkey for less. I know, bro, we killed Harambe.
Set piece that was created during the Wola Art Festival in
bring that up.
2009.
We gotta stop talking
Now,
about
while
this.
small, the Carrot House is nevertheless quite
Dude, it's so
comfortable, thanks to some clever floor planning. The home manages to not only fit a kitchen,
For like really cheap, my desk and chair can't fit in here. I'm not even gonna lie, you might be right. I would have to do some crazy shit to make this work. I actually have no idea how to make this work. It would have to be so ridiculously cheap for me to consider. Like, it'd have to be like literally like $200 a month. And I'd be like, for $200 a month, I'd probably try to make it work. Because imagine how much money you'd save, dude. Just like my apartment right now is like fucking $1,700. I split my rent with my roommate.
bathroom, and a sleeping area.
My roommate, my girlfriend.
But even some basic appliances, such as a small sink,
Not
a
3
cooking
monitors
stove,
to the
and a
wall
mini
over bed,
fridge.
just not have a desk.
This is all
Honestly, that
possible
might be
because
real as
everything's
fuck.
connected by a ladder rather than a staircase, making things a bit more space efficient. To top it off, the house has tons of windows in order to let natural light in, making the home quite a sight to behold. But the coolest part about the
This
Carrot
is fire,
House is that
though.
it functions as a home for traveling writers and artists. You see, the name for the building actually comes from an Israeli author and filmmaker by the name of Edgar Keret, as he led the commission for the house and was its
I think
first
this house is perfect. I would pay $4,000 to stay in this house. I would pay all of my money to stay in this house.
resident. As a result, the idea is that the residents will always house artistic individuals. While this is a beautiful sentiment, you gotta be a pretty rich artist in order to join this tradition. That's because it costs 2,500 euros for a 10-night stay, and upon entering, an
2,500 euros. It's like what, $3,000? Something like that. $3,000 for 10 nights. $300 a night. Yeah, I'd rather.
artist agrees that
Rather
all
not.
artistic work that is done while staying there
Bro,
has to be put on display upon the
just
completion of the
it's
residence.
a fucking Parmesan grater or that new Mac computer, that like Mac desktop computer, bro. This ain't.
So, unless you're a
in
serious
a house
artist,
to live
the
in.
Carrot House is likely not worth staying in. Moving on to number 7, the Corby Home. While most millionaires and
Corby
billionaires have top-of-the-line security at their homes, Al Corby takes things a step
I'm looking at this as, I'm not lying. As an American, I saw this and I'm like, this would be the fucking best football field ever. I was like, imagine you're just like with your boys at like age 12 and you're just going to play football right here. Now, obviously, this is, you know, the elephant in the room here that you wouldn't love, and probably way better to go back here. But I just saw this and I was like, oh, football.
further than most. As the head of the
40 minutes into the stream, or only 7 minutes into the video. I I don't care. Slumlords when they have a bit of space left.
Security
for that
firm,
little tiny house.
strategically armored and fortified environments, or SAFE. He's been in the security industry for a while, and he's used that experience to make his Hollywood Hills mansion a bona fide fortress. From the
oh my
outset,
God.
it looks like any other Los Angeles mansion, as it has crisp white walls covered in artwork.
I mean, this
home to
is
some
cool.
incredible furniture.
But if I may be so honest, I wouldn't want to live here. This is too big. Being dead ass that I would literally never leave like probably this room on the second floor because I like the second floor. I've only ever been in apartments on the first floor and I hate it. Just because the first floor, I feel like I can't go on my patio because on my balcony and someone walks by, I genuinely feel like uncomfortable. I feel so uncomfortable that I'm like on eye level with you while I'm chilling outside. Like I can't do it.
And has beautiful views of the city.
I can't do it.
However, the minute you get within 600 meters
Stops
of
at
his
the crack
home,
house, the
Al
coke house?
Corby
Yeah.
has his eyes on you.
sure.
That's because the entire perimeter has sensors to pick up on any intruders. And even if you do
So I'm gonna
manage to
need,
get
like,
to the
a few
door,
months
it
and I'm
will
big on
only open
streaming
if
and
its
shit.
biometric recognition software allows you to come in. If you then decide to break in, you'll be hit with smoke from a smoke system that billows out a combination of
Bro, what
pepper
is
spray and
this?
other unnamed chemicals. And while I
Bro,
don't know
why?
the exact concoction, it's so strong that it can reportedly disorient an intruder for 24 hours.
Dude, who are they protecting, bro? Is this where the Epstein files are held? Like, what are we talking about here? This shit has Home Alone, like, security systems just in place. The house is not worth the level of security. I know this looks like a Hilton that they just like transferred into a house and then they just fucking put like machine guns on it to defend it.
In case
Who's
things
staying
get
here?
really hairy, Corby has planned ahead by also installing a massive 2,500 square foot ballistics-proof bunker.
Bro, what are you defending for? Is this dude like planning for fucking nuclear fallout or like World War III on LA's soil? Like, what is
Bolted
happening?
to the ground with the help of steel-reinforced concrete caissons that burrow 9
Yep,
meters down
Epstein
into
files are in
Corby's
there.
private hilltop. It functions as a fully equipped home inside a home.
Bro, how are you? Okay, this actually pissed me off.
Corby's
Give me a
private
second.
hilltop. It functions as a
How are you gonna have that many fucking rooms? Like this ginormous mansion, and you're gonna put your bedroom and office in the same room. That literally makes me so mad. What is even the point? This might be Netanyahu's house, because what is this evil ass bedroom setup, dude? You have 45 rooms, and you're gonna put your bed, barely give you 3 inches of space for your desk with one monitor, by the way, and it's a Dell. And then you have a bookshelf. Like, I hate this. That's the Jerkit PC? Okay. No, actually, okay.
fully equipped
No, you
home
kinda brought it back.
inside a home. Operating
brought
on
it back.
geothermal power from the ground below, it features sustainable food
Dude,
supplies,
I could never get enough furniture to fill this house.
personal
it would
water
be
wells,
so
and a
sad.
fully equipped medical facility, allowing Corby and his family
Other
to
options on the
camp
hall.
out underground for long periods of time. And of course, if things get really hairy, there's even a rooftop helipad. And it
Bro, what is this house? Imagine you and 30 of your best friends. This house, nuclear bunker on weekends, helicopter on Mondays.
in case of a catastrophic
Their
event,
girlfriend live in the
Corby has a
upside-down
contract with
house.
a local helicopter company to pick him up and his family and whisk them away within 15 minutes of an incident
Who
happening.
is this dude?
So, I think you're going to agree, few houses are quite as secure as Mr. Corby's.
Okay, what's this guy's name?
Millionaires and billionaires have top-of-the-line security at their homes. Al Corby takes things a
Al Corby. Who is this Al Corby? Security expert and founder of Safe, a firm specializing. Is he in the Epstein files? Can we look this up? Is he in the Epstein files? I don't know. I'm just asking. Because what is he hiding from? That many windows? He's saying that he built the house in a way that like none of the windows offer like sight lines that you could shoot from or something, I guess.
Number 6, the Zero Home.
I
In
don't know, I'm too
recent
stupid.
years, there's been a push to make
Behind
homes
something
as
like being
energy
zero
efficient
is.
as possible, and the Zero Home can be a model for how that can be done. It's located in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Zero Home was made in
The
collaboration
Mormons.
between Vivint and Garbett Homes, an aim to prove that it is possible to mass-produce super futuristic and high-tech houses. Costing about $150 per square foot, which is similar in price to conventional houses,
lot. I have
the
no
Zero
idea.
Home stands apart for being both
I like
eco-friendly
this.
and cost-efficient. That's because this home not only gives off net zero emissions, but also has a utility bill of just under $300 a month. This is possible because unlike conventional homes,
Is that cheap? I thought that was expensive. I don't know, I live in an apartment, so its utility bill is not that high. I feel like utility bill here is maybe like $200. But I'm guessing for a house
the
it's way
Zero
worse.
Home has a lot of unconventional additions. One of the most important is its energy source. It features a grand total of 40 solar panels as they generate 10 kilowatts of electrical power
That's
per
sick,
day.
though.
And this is enough to power the home
says he's
without
not in the
having to
files?
take resources
Alright,
from
well
the
then
grid.
fine. I don't wanna
The
get
Zero
sued.
Home also stands apart for using
all I'll say.
unconventional framing techniques. More specifically, while most builders use 2x4 studs for the home's frame and 16 inches on center, Garbett used larger 2x6 lumber and 24-inch centers. These
Yes.
changes provide more room for insulation, reducing the number of places where unwanted temperature transfers could happen, and reducing the overall
yes.
cost to build the house.
Yes, of course. I knew that.
To top this off, the Zero Home is also very high-tech heating, cooling,
I would
and
live
water
here.
treatment systems. You see, while a
Other than the fact in Salt Lake City, other than that one fact,
home has super efficient HVAC that's used just 5% of the time, it instead uses an even more efficient ERV machine
my
about
God,
95%
bro.
of the time. Furthermore, while most homes always have about 180 to 230 liters of piping hot water available 24/7, the Zero Home maintains 180 liters of water at just 30 degrees Celsius and uses
that
natural
means.
gas to heat it up even warmer temperatures if need be. When you further consider that the home also has a top-notch security system, very
house powered by 10 Taiwanese children running on treadmills fed from hamster feeders. Well, that's my current setup, but I feel like this is probably a bit more ethical. But I know it's probably pretty similar though.
eco-friendly construction materials and top-of-the-line appliances, it should come as no surprise that this home could be a model of efficiency and style for future home development.
Want to know the reason why it won't ever be? Is because, bro, you know how many companies are losing money because you're fucking like efficient? Bro, you know how mad your fucking electric company's gonna be if every house was getting built? They would lobby their balls off to blow up the fucking solar panel market. They'd probably like regulate it in Congress that you can't have more than 5 solar panels.
Number 5, Bill Gates' Xanadu 2.0.
Now we're on the Epstein files. Now we gotta.
Now, as one of the world's richest and most important tech entrepreneurs, it makes sense that Bill Gates' mansion is a step above that of the average billionaire. It is popularly known as Xanadu 2.0. The home is located in Medina, Washington, and comes in at an astounding 66,000 square feet. It's constructed in the Pacific
looking for
Lodge
clues.
style and uses wood from a
Are there any kids in the windows? Okay, it looks clear right now.
total of 500 Douglas fir trees, and it's designed to seamlessly blend in with the forest surrounding it. And while it may seem impossible to truly make use of a 66,000 square foot complex,
It is.
Gates does his very best to do so. For example, the home features an 8
Bro, this looks like a theme park before it's finished. Bro, there literally is no like if you are too fucking rich. I'm gonna be honest. If you're buying a house, you're building a house this big. There's literally nothing you could do to fill this house up with like genuine like real valuable space. You just literally don't need it.
18-meter-long swimming pool with an underwater music system, a 2,500 square foot gym, a 1,000 square foot dining room, and a
Dude, 2,500 square foot gym is 3 times the size of my apartment.
private library with a dome-shaped roof and
What are the dimensions of his underground evil cabal tunnel?
Oculus. However, what gives
fill it
Xanadu
up.
2.0
Oh,
a spot
good
on
enough,
this
bro.
list is the creepy security system Gates has in place. Put
What?
simply, once you get within a mile of the property, Bill Gates can track your every move. After
Oh my
all, the
God.
entire perimeter is guarded by a system of heat sensors, giving Gates an advanced warning of your arrival. But once you're inside, he takes things a step further by subjecting his guests to a pin system. Upon
Bro, so he actually is like the other guy, but the other guy wasn't confirmed on the files, but this guy is. When I was a housekeeper, I would clean mega mansions in Tampa, and half these people are like, use like 4 rooms in total. Yeah, that's how I would be. I only need 2 rooms. I need a room to sleep in. I need a room to do my office stuff. In a perfect world, if I really like had the money, I would like a home gym that's like good. But like, that's still like, I don't need that. It would be nice to have. If I had a nice home gym, like, yeah, that'd be fire. But like, why would I need more than that? Like, what am I going to put in that 3rd room? Me and Toby were talking about because we have a 2-bedroom right now. This is my room. She has her own room. And then we're talking about getting a loft. One of the places we have, there's another room you can get that's a loft. And it's the same exact floor plan as I have right now, but it just adds a second floor. And the second floor is just like a big ass area that's just like a second living room. And I'm like, what in the world are we possibly going to put in this area? We barely have enough furniture for our own living room. We don't even have a coffee table. We've been here a year. What are we going to put in this second living room on the upstairs? Like, I couldn't even fathom what we would do. Makes me mad these rich motherfuckers have home theaters and never use them. I would never use a home theater, bro. I like to go on my computer. My mom used to do that, but they were mega cottages. My aunt built one in her house. They haven't used it in over 10 years. That's what I'm saying, bro. You build a theater room and you're never using that shit.
Entering the house, each guest is given a special pin. And while this pin has some upsides, after all, it can change the temperature of rooms and the ambient music in the background. It also tracks your movements by working together with the home's pressure-sensitive floors, which in turn means that your exact location is on record at all times. Dude. As such, while being a guest at this $147 million mansion would be pretty sweet, it might be a little unsettling. Oh yeah, it's also worth noting that while Xanadu 2.0 is a popular nickname for the mansion, it isn't actually called that by Gates himself. You see, it's the fictional mansion of Charles and Citizen Kane, which is a movie about how money and possessions were unable to make a rich tycoon happy. And while you may agree or disagree with that idea, I think you can agree that this mansion is one of Bill Gates' most fascinating possessions. Number 4, the Flintstone house.
Okay, that's a big...
Okay, of all the homes on this list, few have...
Bro, imagine being this fucking guy right here. You're like talking to your girl, she's like pulling up. Yeah, go down the street. Yeah, so you're going to see a big ass sign that says Yabba Dabba Doo. You're going to go right past that to the left. You're going to see me. No, not the red house with the little pink bump on it. You're going to go past the Yabba Dabba Doo. Nope, not the dinosaur house. I know, I wish, right? But no. No, you're going to go past the house to the left. You're going to see a house with like 2 solar panels on it. Solar panels are cool. Solar panels are cool. I wouldn't even go to that house. I'd go to the Yabba Dabba Doo house. I'm not gonna lie. If I was rich, I'd build a small house but put heated floors. I don't want heated floors. I want my feet to be cold, maybe. What if I want my feet to be cold? Dinosaur enthusiast house. I love dinosaurs.
Been the subject of as much controversy as the Flintstones.
I would live here if the inside isn't stupid as fuck.
In the past, the house was...
If I was rich, I would just build a giant bomb. Okay.
It was built in 1976 as an experimental type of structure that makes perfectly round domes using a method known as monolithic dome construction.
Dinosaurs, by the
this
way.
was invented in 1975, just 1 year before construction. This monolithic dome process works by constructing steel rebar and wire mesh frames over large inflated balloons. These are then sprayed with high-velocity concrete known as shotcrete, and the end result is a home with a very unique look. Beyond the strange aesthetic, though, the home is luxurious. It consists of 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and a 2-car garage. The entire complex is about 2,700 square feet of living space, and it's caused to attract several different owners, and it's rumored that both George Lucas and several famous Silicon Valley investors have lived there before. However, just because the home is kind of luxurious, it doesn't mean that it's well liked by those in the community.
I imagine.
Many believe that the home is an eyesore, and in the mid-1980s, several homeowners in the community tried to have the home torn down after it began to experience serious sinkage and show cracks caused by water runoff. However, in 1987, a massive renovation and change in ownership brought the home back to life. And in 2000, many residents became even more annoyed when the entire thing was painted orange, giving it its characteristic Flintstones look. In 2017, the Flintstones design went even further after the property was purchased by a certain Florence Fong. After paying a whopping $2.8 million, she began to make some interesting additions to the home. This has included several 4.5-meter tall dinosaurs,
dude,
enormous
this lady's crazy,
and giraffe, life-size models of Fred Flintstone, Dino, and the Great Gazoo, and his saucer, and an enormous sign reading Yabba Dabba Doo. This was a few too many steps too far for the local residents, who then went through legal action to have the sculptures removed due to lack of permits. However, in 2021, a settlement was reached where Florence Fong received $125,000 from the city and was allowed to keep all the sculptures. And the result, the Flintstones house is officially here to stay.
As long as he's so lame, though, to be the neighbors and be like, nah, this is the no fun neighborhood. The HOA has to win.
3.
Fuck the HOA.
Tiger Woods Jupiter Island Estate.
Oh my god.
From the late 1990s to the late 2000s, Tiger Woods was one of the most dominant athletes on the PGA Tour.
Really was.
After all, he achieved most of his 82 PGA tournament
This dude and Obama in their prime really did change America. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this was a big like changing point of people like being like a lot less racist in the country for a little bit at least.
wins during this
It was
era,
just like-
landing him a career earnings
they
of
were
more than
so cool to
$150
everybody.
million and a total of about $1 billion when including
your free
sponsorships.
will.
And while his golfing abilities have cooled ever since his 2009
so
accident,
funny.
this lack of recent tournament money
they've cooled.
hasn't stopped him from holding on to his massive
Oh, you gotta swing the
Jupiter
club,
Island
Grandpa. I see you swinging.
estate.
Swing the
Jupiter
club,
Island is
Grandpa.
located in southeastern Florida and was purchased back in 2006 for $40 million with his then
He bought
wife
the whole
Ellen
island?
Nordegren. Now, on the surface, its sprawling grounds and more than
way, right?
9,700 square foot beachfront make
you
it a
ruined
gorgeous
golf.
property. Meanwhile, the buildings themselves, which include a 3,300 square foot
that
living
pool,
area
bro.
and 6,400
Oh.
square foot multi-purpose building, are truly elite, as they include luxury finishings, top-of-the-line rooms, and
Oh my god, I would kill for that bathroom, bro. I would kill somebody for that bathroom. Just kidding. I would literally do so much for that bathroom. Is that a pro swimming pool? I think so, but look at this fucking shower. Dude, I would get so wet in that shower, bro. I would be naked and wet in that shower like crazy.
and in the multi-purpose building, a world-class gym, wine cellar, and oxygen therapy room. However, it's Tiger's backyard that gives this home a spot on this list. That's because while it has cool amenities such as a 30-meter swimming pool,
I'm
an
gonna
outdoor
clean,
patio,
bro. You think if I'm owning the house, if I'm cleaning a single thing ever, you're delusional. I would be paying somebody to clean that house. I wouldn't even know, like, oh my god, how do I like clean the sauce off my chin? Get it made. I need to get a wipe. I need a wipe. If I'm that rich to have this house, bro. Paying someone to flush the toilet. Yeah, I ain't flushing that bro, I'm not cleaning my house. Or at least my bathroom. I would clean my room. But my bathrooms, bro, I'm never touching the fucking cleaning thing.
basketball court, and tennis
How often do you guys clean your bathrooms? I clean my bathroom like once every other month.
court. The backyard's true claim to fame is its massive personal golf course.
That's insane,
Consisting of
dude.
4 greens, 6 bunkers with different depths and types of sand, a video center, a putting studio. It is the first place that Tiger gets to have his warm-up shots when waking up in the morning.
Once a week? You clean your bathroom once a week? But like, it's not really dirty. Like my bathroom doesn't, I don't know, maybe I feel like girls are dirtier with bathrooms. Cause like, you guys put so much shit in there, bro. I have a toothbrush and I pee and I poop in there. Like that's all I do. It's like, it's not really dirty. Like I don't really know what's dirty about it. My butt is clean and awesome. It's not like my butt is making this shit
And
filthy.
while technically a little short for a pro, after all it's too small for him to hit anything more than a 7-iron, it makes up for its lack of size with its technology. For example, it's got differently contoured turf grass management systems in place to allow for the customization of green speeds. What this means is Tiger can have the grass grow at different speeds in both the fairway
You should be dusting and cleaning your bathroom at minimum once a week. Hell no. I'm never dusted something in my life, man. I'll breathe in the dust.
and rough, allowing him to fine-tune it to the conditions of his next tournament. As an added touch, it was even
Interesting.
designed so Tiger can hit practice balls from his second-floor bedroom, allowing him to get some swings both in the morning and at night. As a result, the property is now valued at an astounding $54 million. And while this makes
That's
it
pretty cool.
prohibitively expensive for most, it would be the perfect purchase for a wealthy professional golfer
my
should
girlfriend's the
Woods
same.
ever decide to sell it. Number 2, the White House. While it's normal
Okay, I feel like we're making a big jump here to the White House.
for heads of state to have their own homes, the White House is in a league of its own. The first
Yeah.
rendition was built in 1800. Much of it was destroyed by the British during the War of 1812, and the current rendition is the result of years of renovations. This has resulted in a house that is truly over the top. It consists of 132 rooms,
It's
35
crazy,
bathrooms, and
Is
6
Birmingham
floors.
Palace
The
gonna be
place
next or
is
something? Whatever it's
massive,
called?
and it was divided into several parts. These consist of iconic areas such as the executive
If the White House went on the market, dude, I don't even think you could find a price for it, because it would be a bidding war between like 2 billionaires, right? It would be like Elon Musk, and then probably some random other billionaire. But Elon Musk would for sure try to put all of the money in the world because he'd think it'd be funny for him to own it. Like, he would do that shit. But like, it wouldn't be cool. Like, White House wouldn't be cool anymore. It would lose all of its aura in a day.
Residence, the West Wing, the East Wing, and more niche buildings such as the Eisenhower Executive Office Building, which houses the office of the President's staff and the Vice President, and Blair House, which is a guest residence. It's also worth noting that there's also plenty of recreation opportunities at the White House, with these including a tennis court,
I've heard of
indoor
a
pool,
couple of
and
them.
a bowling alley.
In the
It's also
files.
worth noting that the White House is one of the most secure homes on the planet. Every inch of the perimeter is surrounded in a complex series of infrared lasers that cover the sky, surface,
I'm
and
not that
underground,
surprised by this one.
making it impossible to enter undetected.
Not that surprised.
While they are sensitive
His
enough to
voiceover is
detect even the
awesome.
most minuscule threats, this can often be a bit of a pain. For example, there are
Dude, Mr.
records of
Beast would
Secret
give it away.
Service
Oh,
agents
you're so
storming
right.
into the White House only to find a small squirrel running about. Above the ground, the airspace of Washington, D.C. is considered to be a no-fly zone, so if anyone or anything enters that area, a team of drones and a set of sensors will pick up on it.
Dude,
and if
holy
necessary,
shit, bro.
there are several surface-to-air missiles that can be dispatched to deal with the threat. As a final resort, the White House also has a high fence and bulletproof windows, making it pretty difficult for even hardcore assailants to get inside. Despite this
And
hardcore
yeah, I
security,
feel like I'm
though,
not-
several people have managed to enter the White House uninvited. Some, such
Several on a certain day in January.
as Omar Gonzalez,
Yeah,
has
that wasn't the White House. Just
used
trolling.
violence against the White House security
Can you fly over the White House for a stream? No, I don't
in
think I
their
could.
quest to reach the president. Others, such as Robert Latta, were able to simply walk past security. So it is technically possible to enter the White House uninvited. If you'd like to enter without being tailed by the Secret Service, it is possible to go on a perfectly legal tour. This tour takes visitors through a few carefully selected parts of the facility, although you must book 21 days in advance, so Secret Service can do a background check on you and make sure that you're not there for nefarious purposes.
I would do that though. It'd be cool to see the
Number
White House.
1, the Palace of Versailles. No list of unusual homes would be
Bro, I don't even. Why would you want to live here, bro? You get a workout, go into the kitchen, and go into the room.
complete without the extremely
These
opulent
people ideas
Palace
have
of
high-fast
Versailles,
security.
built by King
Yes.
Louis XIV of France. He was known as the Sun King during his time because he believed he was like the sun to France, chosen by God to rule and set to make France an even grander country than it already was. As you might expect, this
Never
type
not so
of
different.
delusional self-aggrandizement extended to all areas of the Sun King's life, and this included his real estate holdings. Versailles had originally been home to a simple hunting lodge, but Louis put a lot of time and effort into turning
Could
it
you
into
imagine
a
how
palace,
sick this
expanding
place
it in
looked when it
several
was just,
phases
like,
from
6 people living
1661
here?
until
Just
1715.
hella empty.
It became absolutely massive. And from 1682 until the French Revolution, it served as both the official royal residence and the seat of government. After the French Revolution was over, it was abandoned for a few years until being taken up by the one and only Napoleon Bonaparte as a summer
Oh,
residence.
that's so
Once
fire.
Napoleon was deposed, it was again left more or less untouched until the
That's
arrival of King
sick.
Louis Philippe. In a bid to gain popular support and take advantage of France's massive Bonapartist tradition, he made a number of friendly gestures towards the deceased leader. One of the most notable included the creation of what can be called a massive Napoleon shrine at the palace. For
Oh.
example, he set up the Empire
Of
Room
course.
to commemorate all of Napoleon's successful battles, year after year, campaign after campaign, while further revamps such as the creation of a coronation room to celebrate Napoleon's crowning, and the Gallery of Great Battles in Versailles'
Interesting.
largest room to commemorate his military successes. These all make Versailles a must-see for anyone who likes Napoleon. While this may sound like a lot of Napoleon tributes to fill up one place, the absolute grand size of Versailles cannot be overstated.
It's very pretty.
After all, it has a grand total of 2,300
Oh my God, so there's an
rooms.
ambulance? What
A
happened?
portion of them are open to the public, and while Napoleon does take up a large percentage
Dude, I know when I went to London though, and I went to go to the Museum of London, whatever it's called, like this big museum in London. I don't know. It has Rosetta Stone in it. Me and my girlfriend go in. We leave in 10 minutes. We go in, climb the stairs. There's no air conditioning in London. Middle of summer. This fucking museum was like 90 degrees. It was the stupidest shit ever. I was like, there is no museum worth that, bro. I'll be honest. We just left. I paid $10 for a water bottle, then I left.
of the palace. There are
Anyways.
also tributes to France's older monarchs and rows of rooms that show exactly how the imperial
very pretty,
family
to
lived,
I would like to
slept,
see
and
this.
entertained guests pre-French Revolution. But of all the rooms at the mansion, the Hall of Mirrors is probably the coolest. Completed in 1684, it's a massive 73-meter-long Baroque reception hall, and it's adorned with over 300 mirrors in order to provide a
some damn
striking
mirrors.
lighting effect. To add to that grandeur, the Hall of Mirrors also has crystal chandeliers, gilded statues, and S-tier ceiling paintings, making it one of the most bedazzling rooms out there. And if all of that wasn't enough, Versailles also has an incredible exterior filled
Treaty
with a
of Versailles.
massive garden and a series of
This garden's
fountains,
kinda lame,
which
I'll be
include the
honest.
Four Seasons fountains,
Doesn't
the
look that
fountains of
interesting.
the Fight of the Animals, and the Neptune
This looks
fountain.
like the garden, like
So,
the plants you see
if
outside
you
of an
like
Outback
history,
Steakhouse.
architecture, art,
This is cool,
horticulture, or a mix of the four, you can.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching that video. I feel like it was pretty cool. If you liked, leave a like down below. Okay, I'm done.